Back with Bobby and JJ Radio, actually Brian and JJ Radio. We are talking with the two woman juggernauts of the entrepreneurial world here in San Antonio, Miss Elizabeth Eguia-Garcia and Julissa Carielo. Julissa, I met you a couple years ago through the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Mm-hmm. I kept on hearing about this program. This is kind of, you're modest about it, but this is kind of a lot about you. This is a lot of what you've created, this Maestro Center. Talk about the journey of why did you create it? Was there a need? Was it out of frustration? How did it come about?
I think, as a business owner, I've been in business 11 years. But at the time, I was looking for a place to help grow my company.
Sure.
And I was beyond the startup phase. I was beyond the how to get certified. I had done all the levels of the stuff that was already out there.
Right.
I was looking for the next level.
Sure.
My company had grown to mid-size. How do I get to large? I kept saying, how do I get to that step? And so I couldn't really find the right training. And so I actually purchased an elementary school, mm-hmm. and I thought I'll revitalize the school. It hadn't been used in 15 years.
Wow.
And
they're just sitting there?
It was from the city, from SAISD.
Gotcha.
And so I thought this is where we could do this training and focus on existing companies. Really, to me, I was thinking, minorities, let's talk about women, let's talk about veterans, those that are being underutilized.
Sure.
What can we do to help them get utilized more? And we had done a study, and we found that 2% of the companies in San Antonio were having revenues above $1 million, only 2%.
Wow.
That means 98% are small companies. They're going to stay small, and they're not growing.
Right.
We're good at starting new companies, but we're not good at growing them. Right. And so our main focus was to get them above the 1 million mark and start building wealth in the Hispanic community, basically. That's why I was thinking, how do we make a change by doing things differently?
Definitely. I see it all the time. People that, have a really good concept. I think we had a show one time. Do you have an idea? Do you have a product? Do you have a hobby? But we're going to figure it out today, right? And you got, there are some people that, you put a pound of effort in and you get a pound of effort out. You're just self-employed. And sometimes that's great, right? Sometimes just not having a boss and blah, blah, blah is okay. But profit and being profitable or scalable, right? That's a completely different situation. Because if you have to be the woman or the man, mm-hmm. well, then you're going to have to be the woman or the man forever. And I've seen so many small business owners, they hey, I'm a small business owner, I own my own business. It's kind of cool to have cards that say that, all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, if you put a pound of effort in and get a pound of pound out, that's just a grind. That's just, you don't have a boss, you just are the own boss. And that's when it's even harder, don't you feel, being in the business alone for 11 years. You have no one to even mentor or look up to or kind of tell you where the next step should be or what you're doing wrong. It's usually probably two or three small things that could change in a given business that can just jumpstart them and take them to the next level.
Well, and every entrepreneur has the same problem.
Right.
We're all in the same boat. We're all thinking of what else we can do.
Right.
And when you put us all in the same room, we come up with some pretty good ideas.
For sure. It's like a mastermind group for the most part. So I want to touch a little bit on, because it's very unique that you guys talk about the commercial kitchen. Elizabeth, talk about that kitchen, what it's doing, who's utilizing it, how it's being utilized, and what are you guys teaching from it?
Sure. I believe we're now at 13 clients that are using it on a rotating basis. Right. And so they rent it by hour because not everybody needs it that frequently.
I've never cooked for more than an hour in my life.
So, but there's catering services plus product development. So they're manufacturing product there too.
Give me an example.
We have the almond butter, Bubba's almond butter that is being developed there on site.
They're making paletas over there.
The La Paleteria company.
The one that's
210 Paleteria is making their paletas there actually on site. So, it's amazing. It's amazing to be a part of that, for us, that are there as staff, helping them to achieve their dreams.
And you taste it, girl.
And we get a free paleta every once in a while. I mean, that's a good thing.
But what's really important is not just that they have a place to go do their work.
Right.
Is the fact that the Maestro Center provides the acceleration part of it. So we're matching them up.
So you just turn the heat up? No, I'm just kidding.
No. We're matching them up and creating curriculum that's for their business industry. So we're bringing in other restaurant owners or caterers, and they're showing them how to price their food, how to negotiate with their vendors,
how to buy,
how to market their business so they can get more clients. Yeah,
even all labeling, the food labeling, the health permits and all of that. There's a lot of cost in getting health permits. And if you want to go ahead and start your own site, people don't realize the cost that it takes to just sustain that. The permits themselves can kill somebody's budget.
For sure.
So we already have those permits, and we sustain them so that when they're coming to us, they basically are there to do the production, to do the catering.
Because you already gone through all that.
Correct.
You know, the vent is whatever it needs to be and all that kind of stuff.
Correct. So, I mean, we're to code. And so, again, you know, the partnership with them is, it's excellent. It is one of my fastest growing areas right now.
For sure.
Simply because I think it's the newest section. But we are expanding. We're opening up 25 more leasing spaces in the front of the building. That's a redeveloped area.
Sure.
And in addition to that, we'll be opening up the Wood Forest Foundry on February 21st. We will have our grand opening.
Awesome. So real quick takeaway before I have to leave you girls, or you girls leave me, actually. So how can people get involved and help with the how are you funded? Do you have funding for these companies? Because it's nonprofit.
Yes.
How can people get involved here in the San Antonio area?
Yes, definitely. You know, we developed the Maestro Fund, and so we are a 501c3, and we do accept donations through charitable contributions. Grants is another way. In addition to that, volunteer time. So there is always something to be done there on site, and we are trying to build up our volunteer base. So people can give us a call, email us, drop in, and we're happy to take them in as a volunteer.
And do you provide access to capital for some of these entrepreneurs?
Yes, we have a partnership actually with Lift Fund and with People Fund, in addition to
4 million.
Yes, there's a $4 million commitment combined with the two of them for access to capital for our clientele. So they do need to be actually incubating with us.
Right, and so there's $4 million available right now for the entrepreneurs. Obviously, they have to apply, and they
have to
pitch.
Go through. Yes, but I mean, we work with them to make sure that they get there.
They're ready.
When they're ready, and that's the other thing too. Readiness is key. You don't want them to fail. We want them to succeed.
You got it. Well, this is incredible, girls. And if anyone is out there that wants to donate time, definitely money, or whatever they can go to Maestro. That's Maestro center.org. That's maestrocenter.org, or call them at 210-952-6672. That's our show for this week. See you next week.